Hello again, I'm Flame Nihilist. Welcome back to my stream. I'm running the Forever Winter, and I just went through a intro stuff only for the game to crash, which I'm pretty sure some of you may have noticed if you're watching earlier on the stream, so I'm just gonna get back in and actually try getting this done so I have something to show you all. Oh god, that was annoying. Good, it saved all my gears, so
hard to breathe up here.
oh joy.
But the mask helps.
Welcome to the tunnels. Looks like we've got company. Only question is how much.
This is it. We decide what happens next. Don't miss! Make every shot count.
Evidently not too much company, so these bits will be more useful later on, back at base. If not, sell them. Yeah, that's a lot of skulls. That should be your first big indicator that this world is profoundly messed up. So again, to everybody new who's watching, this is a dark, dark world. Oh crap. Those would have gotten part of the quest I need done. Oh well. So yeah, those were your roping drones. As you can see at the top right of my screen, I have a quest to hunt those down. Waiting for a boss to come in and kill me, but it looks like that's not gonna happen today. So yay. Yeah, so sorry about that. I just need to check again because, again, my screen broke down for a moment. I want to make sure I'm not getting a repeat of that. So, as you might have noticed, this place is deep under. Yeah, I don't know where those end. And that right there is a drone.
Everyone for themselves.
Yeah. Bring a grenade launcher pistol for this, but it looks like this time I just have to make do with assault rifles. There's a machine gun and submachine gun.
I do not. Spread out.
I can hear the telltale signs from the drone. I don't have a lot of ammunition left, so let's flee. Especially when we're so close to the exit. Alright, Rick. Beat him up. We've successfully made it to the Ashen Mesa, so welcome to the...
I don't have a good feeling.
Welcome to the first official map that we're visiting.
Everyone for themselves.
So you can probably tell that those things represent the enemy soldiers. Now, normally this thing can kill with one hit to the head, but evidently I missed that. So, yeah. Three different things here. These are for generic loot. This is for big items. This is for guns that have been scavenged off the battlefield. as you can see, and those drones seem to have noticed something, and the enemy wasn't quite interested in us. So let me just show you exactly why they aren't that interested, why they seem a bit distracted.
Whittle them down and we can break out.
More guys there, the balloon corpse on mech as well. Nice meat.
Oh, this is what it's all for.
You can see how this says disabled versus destroyed. Important thing with this is that disabled guns are brought back to base. They can be used as soon as you get home. Destroyed ones need to use those IFF repair things. And what's going on? Whoa. Yeah, you can see the boom there. This is what separates the Forever Winter from your classic distraction shooter. This map, this kind of game, you will see entire armies duking it out on there. As you might have noticed, so let me get higher up. Yeah, there are full fire teams fighting these guys, throwing missiles at each other.
I think they spotted us. That's it for us.
Yeah, there are tanks there that are going to be fighting those mechs. These guys have, and the guys that we fighting also have mechs. That is how utterly, totally messed up this is. So this stuff here, this is sand or snow. This is ash. This is why the Ashen Mesa gets called that. Speaking of which, I just remembered something about the quest, so... let's get back topside. What the?
Everyone for themselves.
I hate that. Yeah, so the main reason I'm using this rifle is because it has more ammunition left over, but more importantly, this gun has a silencer attached to it, and in this kind of conflict, every bullet you fire here is ringing a dinner bell, as the devs would say, so make sure it's absolutely worth it. Oh yeah, that's another important thing now. Rigs have, everything in your rig carries some weight, so if you...
This is it. We decide what happens next.
If you want to survive here, you'll need to make sure that you know whether or not what you're carrying is worth it. Nice, a lockbox. Lockboxes just exist to be sold.
Fill those pockets quick.
Nice. Good IFF chip. Need that to repair weapons.
As long as I'm the last one standing.
Let the patrol pass. I don't have the bullets for this. Dang it, the gun's been... Water map, it's a quest item. Dang it. Ooh, now that's good. Water. That's one of the most important things in this world. Now, some of these things are just set pieces, but a lot of these, some of these destroyed husks of tanks actually were enemy tanks once upon a time. So, be careful about that. I think the biggest hint is if they have loot piles around them. And, yeah. Those cyborgs are gonna get shot to shreds by those mechs given the chance. Wow, that was a corpse bomber. So those things will show up to drop new cyborgs onto the battlefield, so you'll need to be careful of them. Got a big, small skirmish going on, or a pocket as they call it. That's your open pilot. So sometimes you can find them on the battlefield.
Everyone for themselves.
But more often you'll find them piloting the Exos, smaller mechs that belong to the same faction as the giant one that's walking right by here. So these guys are sometimes an objective that you'll need to bring back to camp. Yeah, so important thing with these guys, if you headshot one of them, then with the kind of weapon I'm carrying, you can blow the head clean off. Well, not clean off, but the point's still the same. It's a definitive kill. So hard to sneak around right now. Finally plug them. Delayed long enough, time to get out of here. Yeah, so certain parts of the map can be sabotaged, like these ones. We can, in this specific instance, we can place explosives along the length of this bridge, and if we take it out, we'll be able to limit the amount of cyborgs that are spawned in a given mission. The trade-off being that it also cuts away one of our one of our main escapes and the one I happen to like the most. So. Oh, come on! I'm getting distracted. That's right. Or maybe not. So this is a desperate escape. So, when all else fails, flee.
It's like Christmas came early. Now to
Yeah.
open those presents.
So you get some experience for kills, some for... but a lot more just for extracting. Yeah, so that's the big thing with this game. You're not the main character by a long shot. There are enemies that are going to be trying to kill you and everything else on the map in addition to you. And their biggest advantage is the fact that they don't consider you worth hunting. Going out, I want to bring some bigger firepower there, so I'm going to pack a grenade launcher this time. So yeah, explosives, more medical stuff and drills. Now, you don't need to go to the same regions, but I'm going to mark this. I have a quest for visiting the Elephant Mausoleum, which is right here. And I'm going to be going into the pipes, as that's what I'm most familiar with. Now, there's one more thing I want to show you, though, tonight. The main thing I spent time working on. Let's go to the garage. Actually, there's something I want to show you first, but let's get this done. Yeah, welcome to the garage.
Just one more run. Just one more run.
Yeah, lots of new parts and things here. Interesting. Hello, this is Bunko, the guy that I mentioned earlier who can give you railgun parts. Thank you. This truck is an investment, and you just improved my margins. Now, you're probably wondering how I don't get turned into Vapor the second I take this APC topside. He lifts a pouch full of IFF tags. They blink like dog tags. I carry ghosts. Friend or foe identifier. Ripped out of wrecks, stacks of them. I've got more identities than a war criminal. Today I'm your broker for logistics. Tomorrow I'm your region supply. If things get tense, I'm a humanitarian convoy. As long as the guns think I'm friendly, nobody wastes an AT round figuring out otherwise. I sell rifles. I sell rations. I sell batteries. To everyone. They all know who I am. And none of them care enough about a vendor to burn heavy ordnance on something that reads green. They also know they'll need ammo tomorrow. War's ideological. Supply chains aren't. Just don't ask who paid for the armor plating. Talk to me again if you wish to do business. So here you can buy stuff from Bunko. He will price gouge you like crazy, but I think that's been adjusted. So, yeah. Yeah, this isn't the APC here. It's kind of a unique thing, but when words fail. Yeah, so see, to travel to different parts on the map, so you'll notice there's this water count. Traveling to different parts of the map requires things called fast travel drones, as well as a certain amount of water, which is the currency you collect from the battlefield. Now, normally you have to spend the water and the fast travel drones to get there, but once you got the garage, you can set cycle it and just spend money, and money's a lot easier to get back than water, because water has to be recovered piece by piece using those large parts of the rig that I showed you earlier. Money you can get from just selling off crap that you find on a map, and trust me, some of that stuff is really nice, so it can make you an easy return on investment. So let's get rambling. Ride the APC. Come on, don't crash. Good.
Has our luck run out?
Yeah, so we were back during the daytime. Sometimes they'll show up on a map at night, and that can be mixed blessing just because it can get absolutely insane down there. Like, complete. I don't think the expression shit show really covers all that. Also, don't walk onto the fire. Those aren't just for display. You can actually get burned. So the main reason you'll want to fast travel is just to avoid engagements in the tunnel like I went through. That can cost you a lot of valuable ammunition. And I have to say this again, you cannot go wrong with a weapon that has a silencer on it. They're just that valuable. So this is the fallen corpse of an organ mech. Organ mechs are really tough enemies if you find them on the field. These things can flat out eat them anti-tank rounds and are pretty much invincible to your regular weapons. You'll need some special ways to put them down, and that's only a temporary solution. Firefights going on here between your raging cyborgs and robot troops. Let's get out of sight before they decide to make a meal of us. Yeah, you may have noticed my computer in a moment to catch up because we're about to go into the crazy stuff here. Probably not a coincidence that this map is the one the devs really like to show off for the game. It's probably the most famous one here, so yeah, we've got lots of corpse bombers as set pieces dropping cyborgs to attack us. If you go to certain maps, complete certain things, they'll actually drop even stronger enemies called opals on you, which are like cybernetic heavy drones with machine guns and flamethrowers, so we're gonna avoid those. Oh crap, you open fire
I think
teams.
they spotted us.
Incoming corpse bomber! Looting attempt incoming. Get ready, people. Yeah. Again, I remind you, you're not the biggest fish out here. And these guys, they don't really care a lot about you. I'd rather not waste the bullets if I don't have to, so let's go around. I think all these corpses around here, not just those ones, but the Huskum tanks and other stuff around, it's all around these trenches, should tell you why this is called the Elephant Mausoleum. Sadly, I'm pretty sure elephants are all extinct by now, so this is war zone. There's the EXO I mentioned earlier that the pilots are broken.
Wheel them down and we can break out.
Versus, gonna have to go around. Don't want to have to shoot it. I don't have to, because while these bullets can poke the enemy down, get a headshot, I don't want a chance of getting it one and the one stand still. Careful, that's a turret. That took forever. That thing is far too stingy. Evidently that turret once used to be a, well, that, oh crap.
Oh, huh? I think they spotted us. That's it for us.
Run! Incoming! Cyborgs are pretty generic in what they know, so it's really nothing. And if that arm turret's gonna keep the cyborgs busy for a little bit, but not for very long. Plug that guy, but that gun was not silenced. So I am glad that these turrets are attracting the attention. Enemy for now. That being said,
As a scare is delicate. I need time to sort.
I want to try and salvage what I can on this battlefield, so.
Huh? I think they spotted us. That's it for us.
Slink away and hope that something else kills them.
Eyes on us. Spread out.
Some parts of these trenches I've never visited before just because I didn't There's so many different parts of it.
This is it. We decide what happens next.
There's a hangar bay back there at the back of an extraction point, but I don't want to have to fight the entire Roman squad to understand everything either, so. Especially when I'm not sure how many cyborgs are going to be out here, so let's get going. Oh yeah, there's a mech up here. So there's a whole area back here where tanks geeked out, and sometimes they're backed up by mechs on either side. So, for now though, I'm going to avoid that fight because I don't got squad to shoot that way. I don't even remember what targeting systems I'm looking for, what container they come in, so. Yeah, so this is pretty much the home base for the Europans here. They're going to be occupying that. It has, this. Okay, so you can see these guns here. This is in a bunker complex. It seems to be the primary nexus of the European fort. This is on the map.
As long as I'm the last one standing.
Crap. Ah, darn it, I died. Yeah, so every time you die, you'll see a new version of whatever scav you're using come in. With a new set of equipment. Well, not quite new, I'd say. Decent set. So as you can see, collecting stuff is not exactly that hard, and didn't sell toilet paper in boatloads to make up for what I've lost, but I'm gonna keep hold on to that just to make sure I have some for when I need it. What the? Yeah, evidently some of these things sell for a lot, and since we had to hoard some of them for the sake of some earlier builds upgrades, we've got ways to burn a lot of cash. Or not necessarily burn, but make a lot of it. So Yeah, so I'm gonna change this to get as close as possible to the target area, picking up our valuable gear. So this is the same
Has
bunker
our luck
complex.
run out?
This is the same bunker complex we visited earlier. Okay, there it is. Squad. Uh-oh. Yes, this is a minefield area. Yep. And as you can see, here come the tanks to fight it out with each other. Yeah, Israeli Merkavas versus Russian T-90s. Or Russian T-90s versus European Merkavas. So, it's a bit of a lopsided map. Well, not really, but what can I say?
Don't miss! Make every shot count.
I just hope I've got it completely unnoticed here. That being said, I still need to collect my things, but I don't want to lose those permanently. If I can pick them up, then I can kind of drag my corpse along. And I am really glad that machine gun is attracting enemy attention, because I will get shredded by that many cyborgs. I've got everything needed collected.
As long as I'm the last one standing.
Essentially crossing the map in reverse, so ethyl alcohol, wetware system, candy bar.
Everyone for themselves.
Avoid that turret. Not exactly what I'm looking for with targeting system, but
This is it. We decide what happens next.
bullets are good, even if you can craft bullets later on, but it's always good to have some. Lockbox is just good for selling.
Perfection.
Ooh, a military crate. ET-43. Not bad. Sometimes those things will break when we use them, so gotta be careful with that.
This is it. We decide what happens next.
This map is densely packed with crates if you know where to check for them.
I think they spotted us.
This is kind of embarrassing sometimes.
Trying to carefully extract the good stuff.
Rest easy, guy. There's a quest to bring one of these guys something like cigars or alcohol to make the pain stop, but now we'll just have to leave him be. So sometimes doors will break like that, which means you can't close them again. Good luck if you actually. That's a drone.
Don't miss! Make every shot count.
That definitely kicked the hornet's nest. Or it would have if they actually saw me do it.
Don't miss! Make every shot count.
Of course it doesn't have blade.
This is it. We decide what happens next.
That exo will tear me to shreds if it's good. Get good luck, but fortunately I know how to keep a distance. As you can tell, we're essentially going in reverse.
Eyes on us. Spread out.
From what I did last time. Sorry for the moment where it's kind of choppy. Almost home free.
Everyone for themselves.
So you can see one of those things is a stairway symbol with a tunnel with a door, and the other is just a square. The stairway one will take me to the next set of tunnels, so vacate.
Phew. Good luck.
You're not carrying much.
As a steer is delicate.
So that will take me to the next set of tunnels. This one will just take me home. And I don't want to press my luck, so let's head home.
Damn, close call. On a day of close calls.
Yes, so we've made it back home. Back to the stash with all you. So yeah, that's what I'm calling for the night. So there's one last thing I actually forgot to show you guys. Thanks for those who just joined. So let's head to the back to the wall and show you what I'm talking about. Sorry for anyone who's just hanging on, because I'm kind of hitting my limits for tonight.
Hard to breathe up here. But the mask helps.
Yeah, but if you want to, you can just hop by here and have a drink. For anybody who wants to know how to use the mask. Yeah, so welcome back. Have a seat and rest for a bit. So this is the big thing, the bar. You can stock up alcohol that you find in the field here, or so that you can use it besides just collecting it. And you'll need to be careful here, because these alcohols will get used every time you go for a drink, as well as 8,000 credits, so make sure you know what you want to give out before you go in. Also, as you may have noticed, the skin changed a bit, because this one, the skin that was shown for the drinking one, is actually a DLC skin themed for Maskman. You again, good. The sky feels brutal tonight. For offering, I'll take anything smoky, usually smog whiskey. Whiskey it is. Inside were bandages, blood bags, and letters from home. They spilled out like guts. The soldier down the ridge saw it fall, started screaming. It was dusk, sky bleeding orange. Kind of color that makes you think the world still remembers sunsets. I was hungry, fired up at the silhouette crossing the ridge. Standard frame, fat belly, good haul, one shot, center mass, clean fall. But when it hit the ground, no ammo spill, no ration cubes, just a white medical parasol sliding out, turning red as it touched the dirt. Inside were children's bandages, morphine, Letters from a mother to her kid at the Elephant Mausoleum bunker. The soldier who saw me shoot it. He didn't even draw his rifle. Just sat down beside the wreckage and cried. I backed away. Couldn't breathe. The whirring above changed pitch. The other drone slowed, scanned me. Every night since, I hear that pitch again, even when the sky's empty. I still fish, still cast, but now whenever a drone falls, I watch the ground first to see if I've killed hope again. If you hear the sky cry, don't look up. It means you caught something you shouldn't have. I've already gone over this before, but so speak with each of these guys and they have different stories to tell. Velko tells you about that idol he got. Wolkreis tells you about his time collecting shell casings, and Arbites tells you about him being sky fishing, that is shooting down drones and collecting their stuff. And it sounds like from this one, he once shot down a medical drone that was carrying a kid somewhere, so yeah, this is a dark, dark future. There's probably a good reason that even though they mentioned this, they never made the model for kids on parts of this map. I'm pretty sure that there aren't many models. I've also noticed that there's not very many models for girls in the inners either. There's maybe one person, I'm sure it's a woman, here besides the playable scav girl, and well, I'll show you. Only person who I think didn't have a chance to be a girl is that one, and I don't really know. It's kind of something odd I noticed, but despite there being plenty of models for female characters in the enemies you fight, and some others, I have never really seen one except the scav girl that's a female character in here. So I'm not sure on. That's just because I'm not good at looking at the models. Either way, whatever. Gonna need to collect more explosives later to make more that gear. Good, I got my drones. Okay, yeah, let's get these AK up and running. I'm gonna be checking out tonight anyways. I think these big guns, this is the railgun part. Gonna need more grenade shells, so let's get that set up. So yeah, this is basics for the Forever Winter. I'll probably be on next time here on Wednesday to show you some more of that. Until then, thanks again for watching, and this is Flamelisk signing off.